Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video in this channel. Today I want us to look at variations, and in this video we're just going to look at 3 questions in variations, and I believe that will be able to help you as you prepare towards your IGCSE exams. Now, I believe you can see question 1 right there. It says y is directly proportional to the square of x. Now, for such questions, that's the first statement you want to deal with. Y directly proportional to the square of x. We first write the variation statement. So y followed by the proportionality symbol. After the proportionality symbol, we put there the square of x. So y is directly proportional to the square of x. And then once you're done with the first statement, you have to introduce some equal sign and some constant. This is just a random constant. You can pick any letter for the k. It can be k, p, or q. So long as it doesn't involve the letters in the question, because otherwise that can cause confusion. Now, once you bring in your equal sign and the constant, you just want to use the first 2 values given to find your k. Okay, so y is 24 and x is 2. So at y 24 and x 2, we have to find k at that point. So we'll say 24. Remember, I'm substituting these values. We are substituting these values into that equation. So y equals to k, then the x square. All right. So then let me just divide this break like that. So 2 squared will cross to the other side of the equal sign, because if you want k, you have to make k the subject. Actually, let me just break the other way around. K is on the left side, so I'll keep my k on the left side. On the right side, but on the left side we had a 24, and the 2 square has crossed. Now on the right side, 2 square was multiplied. It crosses the equal sign, it becomes divided. So that means to get the value of k, it has to be 24 divided by 2 squared, which is 4, and you end up with k equals to 6. If you're not sure about this, I advise you use your calculator to find the value of k. Now once you're done with finding the constant of variation k, you have to use the k and your formula now to answer the question. So the question says, find the value of y when x is 4. So we just want to come back here. Let me just get a different color of pen. We want to come back to our formula here and use it to answer this question right there. So we say we want to find y when x is 4. So y equals to 6, because k is 6, x squared. So when x is 4, y becomes 6 multiplied by 4 squared. Now 4 squared is 16, so we'll have 6 into 16. You can confirm that using your calculator, and then that means product of 6 and 16 will give you the value of y, which is what you want, and that's exactly 96. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Question number 2. Right there. This is our second question. Cost of a circular table is directly proportional to the square of the radius. There's a circular table probably being sold by someone, and the cost of this table depends on the radius, the square of the radius of this table. Now, remember, this is direct proportion. So the first thing to do is to write the proportionality statement. Let's give the cost letter C and the radius letter R. So cost is directly proportional to the square of the radius. We'll have it that way. The next thing you have to do is to bring in your equal sign and some random constant. Okay. After that, use the first set of values given, in this case 40 and 50, to find the value of your constant k. So, given, or we can say when cost equals to 50. Remember, we're given cost and radius in the first set of information. When cost is 50 and radius equals to 40 centimeters, we can find k. So using this formula, we just drop it down here, and we say cost is 50 and radius is 40. Remember, radius is squared in that formula, and there's the k, and then 40 squared crosses to the other side. Now, square of 40 was multiplied by k, so when it crosses the equal sign, it becomes a division. So that means k equals to 50 over square of 40. That's going to be 1600. Good. I can go further and simplify that. Then I can say, if I cancel the zeros, I get 5 over 160. Or if you like, I believe 5 can divide 160. So 5 goes into the 5 one times. 5 goes into 160 32 times. So my k is going to be 32. Now, the next step is to answer the question using the formula. Now, we just take this formula, we transfer it to this side. C equals to, now we have the k value, 32. So that's going to be 1 over 32 r squared. Then now we can answer the question. The question asked for the cost with the radius of 60. So if the radius is 60, we just want to substitute the value of r as 60 squared. Some calculators, if you place it like this, it will work. But if it doesn't work in your calculator, just include a multiplication sign right there. So if you take 1 over 32 multiplied by 60, you end up with 1.875. Okay, 1.875. Oh, sorry, not 1.875. I forgot to square my 60. It becomes, just a minute, 1 over 32 multiplied by 60 squared. That can't be 1.875. It's too low. It becomes 112.5. 112.5. And that's the answer for the second question. Now, you might just want to, go through this video again, but before I solve any part of the question, you pause the video, try to work it out, and then we watch the video to check your answers. Let's move to the third question. The time taken, which is t seconds, that it takes a water heater to heat or to boil water is inversely proportional to the power. Now, this is going to be very important, the word inversely. So time t, first thing is the proportionality statement. So time t is inversely proportional to the power p watts. Now, there's something you just need to remember here. If the statement doesn't talk about inverse, if it is direct proportion, we could have written it this way, p, okay? But because it's inverse, we say 1 over p. So let me just get this out. It's not part of this. All right. So the time is inversely proportional to the power of the water heater. Then we need the first set of values right there to find our k. So the next step, bring in an equal sign and a constant. Okay. Then use the first set of values to find your k. First set of values, time is 252 seconds. Yeah. And then the power is 2000. So that's going to be k over 2000. In this case, 2000 is been divided. If it crosses to the other side, it will become multiplied. That means your k is going to be 252 multiply 2000. Oh, that's a very big constant value. 252 times 2000. I end up with 504,000. Okay, 504,000. That's my constant value. Now that means my formula, which is right there, let me just drop it to the other side. My formula will now look like this. Where there's k, I place this value. Okay, and from this formula now, you can be able to solve any other question asked afterwards. All right, so the question itself says, find the time when P, which is power, equals to 800 watts. So what you do in this case, you take your formula, T equals to 504,000 divided by the power given in the question is 800. If you do this, you end up with your T to be 630 seconds. Yeah, so that's it, guys. It's a very short video. You can watch it over and over again and ensure you learn something. I'll come back next time with part 2 of this series of questions. Thank you, and